someone commented, what post was this? I can't remember what post this was commented under. It was one of my videos. And the question is, can you please do a video on early signs a man is generous versus early signs a man is stingy? No, baby, I have a list. I'm going to talk about the signs that he is stingy because I feel like, a man can fake generosity in the beginning of a relationship, but there are always these signs and you have to look out for them. And listen, I've experienced some of these on the list, and that's why I can come here because most of this, like literally my list is based not just on research, but based on my experience. Most of this is based on my experience. I've actually experienced some of this. Let's talk about signs he's stingy. So listen up, ladies. Pay attention. Share this video to your friends. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. I would appreciate that very much. Like this video and turn on the bell notification. A lot of y'all are watching, but you're not subscribed. So subscribe, girl, subscribe. It's free. A lot of women participated online dating, and I don't agree with online dating at all. But let's pretend that you are going on a date with someone that you met online or someone that you met through a friend or randomly. It doesn't really matter how you meet, but here's the first sign that a man is stingy, and not just with his money, but his time. If a man is asking you to meet him somewhere, he wants you to go out of your way to get to him. He's not offering to send you an Uber. He's not offering to pick you up, and pick you up. By pick you up, I don't mean some guy that you meet on the internet, because usually if you date correctly, date the way that I teach you how to date, you won't be dating strangers. You would be dating someone that is vetted. So if this person is vetted, then they can come and pick you up. For the modern day daters, like the online daters or whatnot, or the girls that meet a random man somewhere, he should not be coming to pick you up on the first date, okay? However, he should send an Uber. If he's not offering to send you an Uber, or let's say you go on a date and then you get there on your own dime, but he doesn't offer to reimburse you, or he doesn't offer to cover the taxi. Listen, I don't care what nobody say. I know this is old-fashioned, but let me tell you something. There are men that still do this. These men are very well-bred. These men have manners. They have class, etc. So if you're dating a nigga with no manners, you only have yourself to blame. I don't want to hear it. If you have to go meet this guy, like let's say, for example, he arranged a date that is close to his house, like it's right around the corner, but you live like 45 minutes away, that's the number one sign that a man is stingy. That man is not going to spend any money on you. That man is not going to invest in you. Nada. I could end the video here by just this one sign. I can literally end the video right here. I'm not even playing with you all. Just this one sign, like this is the number one sign that a man is stingy. If you have to go out of your way to entertain this man, you have to inconvenience yourself. You have to inconvenience your time. You have to put gas in your car or whatever. Like if you have to do all of that and he's not willing to meet you halfway, or he's not willing to come closer to you to be on that date, then that man ain't shit and he's stingy, period. I don't care what nobody say, argue with your mama. Right, moving on. If this man is offering dates at his house, like Netflix and chill, or he's offering to come over to your house to chill, and he doesn't want to carry you on a date, he doesn't want to take you on a date, he doesn't want to take you to dinner, he doesn't want to take you to nothing, not even ice cream, and ice cream is like literally bottom of the barrel. That's for kids. Grown men shouldn't be taking women out on ice cream dates, but you know what? That's a whole nother conversation. Let's not even get into that. This is not what this video is about. If he's offering to come to your house or for you to go to his house and it's still early in the relationship, you haven't been intimate with this person yet, you haven't met any of his friends or his family, like ladies, do not sleep with anyone unless that person is completely vetted and you have at least met a couple members of his family or friends or something. Y'all are sleeping with men and y'all don't even know them. You don't know their family, nothing. But I digress. I do not believe that sex should come before commitment, but that's a whole nother conversation. People will call me old-fashioned. It is what it is. But, if that's your style and this resonates with you, you need to hit that subscribe button. So, yeah, no Netflix and chill dates, no chilling at his house or none of that stuff. That is a stingy man. That man will not spend money on you. That man will not invest in you. He's stingy. If you go on a date and he doesn't pay for your food, like he doesn't pay on the date, he doesn't pay for the date, whatever it is, even if it's one of those raggedy coffee dates that you all love so much, because believe it or not, a lot of women that follow me, they still go on coffee dates. Because at the end of the day, I don't fight and argue with women about coffee dates anymore. I just can't, because I cannot get through to women. It's the same reason why I don't talk about hair on any of my platform. If you have been an OG member and you have been in my Facebook group since 2018 and you've been on my Patreon since 2020, you know that we don't talk about hair. We do not talk about hair because Black women do not know how to act. And you know, I know that there are women that follow me that are not Black. I'm not talking about you guys, but you all know who I'm talking to. I decided that I'm not going to argue about coffee dates, and I'm not going to argue. Well, I decided a long time ago I wasn't going to talk about hair. But anyways, some women still believe in coffee dates. But if you go on this date and this man wouldn't even offer to pay for, not even offer, like he shouldn't even offer, like that coffee should have been paid for even before you walk into the damn coffee joint. He can't even pay for your coffee, girl, or you go to dinner and he wants to split the bill. That is a stingy man. Like, do not see that man ever again. Make that the last time you ever see this man. If the bill comes and he cringes and he looks at the bill and he has to take out his calculator and stuff like that, you know that grimace, that face that they make when they look at the bill and they think the bill is too high? If you see that, that's a sign that that man is stingy. There's a difference between stingy and frugal. Stingy and broke is the same thing. If he's afraid of gold diggers, and like, if you have a story about some woman taking advantage of him financially, first of all, that's not your problem. Ladies, that is not your problem. You are not his therapist. If you get in this sad story that I've been taken advantage of, that I was used for my money, that is a stingy man. That is a sign. That's a subtle sign that this man is stingy. As a matter of fact, I don't even think that's a subtle sign. Like, that's a very overt sign. Some women can't tell the difference, you know? If he's giving you a sub story about being taken advantage of, that man is stingy. Run. Girl, run. If he thinks travel, you know, going on vacation and stuff like that is for the rich, that's a sign that that man is stingy. That man will never go on vacation with you. He would never go on vacation with you ever. You would be married to that man for 5 years and you would never go on vacation with that man. That man is stingy. I had a man literally recently commented under one of my videos on TikTok saying that travel is for the 1%. Meanwhile, they are literal bums. They are bums. They call them backpackers, by the way. These backpackers are traveling the world for very little, with very little money, very little money. These people are so broke, but they are still traveling. So do not buy into that BS about, you know, travel is for the 1%, because we all know if you know how to manage your money well and you know the planning and scheduling, those are skills that a lot of broke people lack. Planning, scheduling, time management, that's a problem for a lot of people. And if you do not know how to do that, you're going to think that travel is expensive and unattainable. But if you know how to plan and manage your money well, anything is possible. If you're at a store and it's time to go cash out, you know, whatever you purchase, you know, it's time to go to the cashier to cash out your goods, and he disappears, like he suddenly disappears. You look around and he's nowhere to be seen. That's a stingy man. That's a stingy man. That happened to me before. I remember I was dating this guy. He would pay for, you know, like, you know, the restaurants and stuff like that. We never went shopping. So I had to go to Sephora and he was there with me. You know, I figured, you know, since we were already out, let me go to Sephora and pick up a few things. Tell me why when I get to the cashier and I turn around, this man was nowhere to be seen. I paid for my stuff. I went outside and he was standing outside the store. Mind you, the whole time he was following me around the store. But as soon as I went to the cashier, he disappeared. That man is stingy. A generous man would offer to pay. It's that simple. Ladies, please understand that there are generous men out here. There are men out here that don't just take care of you, they take care of everybody, their families, everybody. Another sign that people will overlook is that he doesn't have manners. And by manners, I mean he doesn't pull out your chair for you when you're seated at a restaurant. He's always late. Being late is bad manners. Everybody knows this. Being late is bad manners. It's a bad character trait that a lot of people have. A generous man has manners. They usually have manners. They are gentlemen. Now, this is a big one. And this one, you can catch this very early on in the dating phase. Hopefully, you are not in a relationship by now, but just a guy, let's say you're just dating a guy casually right now. Okay, if this man is complaining about stuff being expensive and you literally don't know this man and he's complaining about his financial problems, girl, run. That man will not spend money on you. That man might actually take money from you. I'm reading my notes here. So, if he complains about stuff being expensive, that word should not come out of his mouth in the early stages of dating at all. Like, what? What are you talking about? Yeah, complaining about stuff being expensive or using the word expensive, that's a sign. If you have to ask for things, now, a generous man will know and he would offer, right? But of course, they can't read your mind. But if you always have to ask, like he never ever offers, you always have to ask, that's your sign. That man is not generous. That man is stingy. A generous man will sense and he will offer. I rarely ever have to ask my husband for anything. He just gives. Another one is if he says that he doesn't celebrate birthdays and Valentine's Days and Christmas and stuff like that, that's a sign this man is grooming you so that you don't expect anything. He is grooming you to be okay without getting nothing for Christmas, Valentine's Day, for your birthday. Girl, why are you with this man? Why is this man still on your phone? Why are you still texting him? Why are you still entertaining this man? This man does not care about you. He does not like you. He is not only is he stingy, but he does not like you. Because my God, even a stingy man can muster up the courage to buy you a birthday present or something. But no, he's stingy and he does not like you. So if he doesn't buy you gifts and he tells you shit like he doesn't believe in Valentine's Day and he doesn't celebrate birthdays and whatnot, girl, run. Do not waste your time. If he calls men who spend money on their women simps, first of all, if he thinks Russell is a simp, you need to cancel that man immediately. But if he speaks poorly of men who spend money on women and he calls them simp, stupid, or whatever word that he have, for a man that takes care of his girl, spend money on the women in his life, etc., then you know what you're dealing with. That is a stingy, hating ass man. If this man complains about the economy, because listen, it doesn't matter how bad the economy is, ladies, there will always be people in that said economy making money. There were people making money in the Great Recession or the Great Depression. There were people making money during those times. People figured out ways to make money during COVID. So I don't want to hear anything about the economy. If he's complaining about how bad the economy is, and he's talking about this in the early stages of dating, ladies, okay, and not in a relationship, in the early stages of dating, you need to run. This man is not going to spend any money. When you get in a serious relationship with him, say goodbye to dates, say goodbye to ever going out to a nice restaurant, say goodbye to ever doing anything nice. Well, you can kiss vacations goodbye because he's going to tell you that the economy is bad and all of that stuff is a waste of money. If he thinks that you're high maintenance, like you spend money on your nails and you spend money on your hair, makeup, clothes, all of that stuff. If he's talking about that in the early stages of the dating phase, that's a very bad sign. That sign is not just a sign of a stingy man, but that's a huge red flag that I'm not even going to get into right now because we're going to be here forever. Look at his hobbies. If he doesn't have a single hobby that costs money, like a hobby like golf, if all his hobbies are free, like hiking, walking, like if those are his hobbies and he doesn't have an expensive hobby, that man will not spend money on you. And finally, look at his lifestyle. If he doesn't spend money on himself, he doesn't buy new clothes, he doesn't buy new shoes, he doesn't go anywhere, he doesn't do anything nice for himself, he doesn't go out unless he's taking you out and he's only doing it because he's trying to get in a relationship with you or whatever. He's trying to lock you down. That's a sign that that man is stingy. Being with a stingy man is just, it's not a good feeling at all. Like I feel as a woman, it just puts you in this, this kind of weird position, to be with a man that's stingy because as women, women are not stingy. Women, we spend our money, we don't have any problems. We spend money on baby showers. We spend money on our friends, etc. We invest money in our friends because that's what you're supposed to do if you want to have a network and you want to have friends or whatever. But a man that doesn't do any of that, like he doesn't spend money, he doesn't go out, like he would never buy a round of drinks for his friends and stuff like that. Like that's a very stingy man. And if you have a man that doesn't buy you anything and doesn't treat you and spoil you or whatnot, but he's okay spoiling his homies, then maybe he's not stingy, maybe he just hates you. It is quite possible for a man to be with you and hate you at the same time. That is what a lot of women struggle to get their head around. A lot of women struggle to wrap their head around that. So I'm going to read from the 48 Laws of Power, and I'm going to read from Law 40. We are currently reading and studying this book in our book club. If you would like to have access to the book club, I encourage you to hit the link in the description below and come sign up on my Patreon and come and join the book club. Because I'm telling you, most of the answers that we are looking for in life, most of those answers are already in books. And a lot of y'all are following people that don't read. I've had this book club going for like literally 5 years. 5 years. I love to read. So anyways, so Robert Greene is talking about money and power here. And he is going to touch on generosity. All right. So in the realm of power, everything must be judged by its cost, and everything has a price. What is offered for free or at bargain rates often comes with a psychological price tag. Complicated feelings of obligation, compromises with quality, the insecurity those compromises bring, on and on. The powerful learn early to protect their most valuable resources, independence and room to maneuver. By paying the full price, they keep themselves free of dangerous entanglements and worries. Being open and flexible with money also teaches the value of strategic generosity, a variation on the old trick of giving when you are about to take. You see, the thing is, a man who is powerful, a man that is smart, he has an ease with money and he knows the value in being generous. Whereas people that are stingy and cheap, they have this very restrictive energy to them. It's basically scarcity mindset. And a lot of people struggle with scarcity mindset, especially men. And I made a video on my metaphysical tier on Patreon where I basically talk about how men are from the 3D. Now, if you are a spiritual girl, you will understand what I'm saying here. Masculine energy is hoarding, restrictive, etc. So these men are not very well balanced, because a balanced person has a healthy amount of masculinity and femininity in them. And this is one of the reasons why I don't subscribe to femininity content, because I feel like that type of content leads you to a path of imbalance. Okay, we need balance in life. A lot of men are stingy because of scarcity mindset, fear of spending money. A lot of issues, men have a lot of issues with money. Men tend to have a pretty bad relationship with money, which is one of the reasons why they are not successful. Like, if you have the spirit of generosity, you attract more money, you attract a lot more into your life. I've always been a generous person. I will literally spoil my friends and the people in my life that I love. But at the end of the day, I do that because I guess that's just part of my nature. I've never had a scarcity or poverty mindset. I always know that money will always come back to me. I've always known this, right? But again, it just feels very weird when you are interacting with someone and you can tell that, they bought you a gift or something like that. And you can sense that they expect something in return, which is why a lot of women, they go on dates and they have this weird feeling that, if this man pays for the date, then he will expect something from me, and maybe I should pay my half. The reason why you're doing that is because you are dealing with men that are not generous. You are dealing with stingy men that want something for nothing, because in the beginning of the reading, he basically said nothing is for free, everything has, value or whatnot. But people that are always trying to get something for nothing, men that don't want to court you and don't want to buy you presents for Valentine's Day or for your birthday, these men are robbing you. You are being robbed. You are being cheated, because he is getting all of your time and your energy for free, and you are basically getting nothing in return. That man is a scammer. You are being scammed and you need to get out. It's just a very weird energy. And ladies, you know what I'm talking about, because I'm sure you felt it. If a man is not generous, that man is not worth your time and energy. Ladies, not every man deserves your time and attention, and not every man deserves to be in a relationship. Not every man deserves to have access to women. Some men were never meant to have access to women, but because of this patriarchal system that we have set up here with monogamy and whatnot, any man has access to women. And society is making it easier and easier for low quality men to have access to women. And one of those mediums that they use to give these low quality men access to women is online dating. Because back in the day, in order for you to date, and this is how I believe that you should date, but anyways, back in the day, if a man wanted to meet women, he had to go out. He had to go out and socialize. What does that mean? It means that he had to invest money. He had to invest money in clothes because he had to look good. He had to look good. He had to wear nice clothes. He had to smell good. He had to invest money in cologne. He had to go get a haircut. Men used to have to put effort in their appearance in order for them to meet women. So he had to do all of that. Maybe he had to go to the gym or whatnot. He had to put some investment. Now he had to go out. He had to go out and make friends, and he had to go out and socialize. And socializing costs money. Food costs money, drinks cost money. Then he had to work on his social skills. He had to learn how to go up and talk to women and accept rejections gracefully. Online dating has taken away all of that. Now men no longer have to do anything to have access to women. And the reason why a lot of these conversations on online dating do not result in a date, like in an in-person date, because all he needed was that interaction. That's all he needed. That is all he needed. He literally had no intention of leaving the house and going out with you. This is why I tell women, do not send pictures. Even if it's just a selfie, do not send pictures, because sometimes that's all they need. All they need to get by is that photo, and you're giving it away for free. And especially if you're sending spicy photos to a guy that you don't know, that's all he need. He need that photo so that he can jack off before he go to work. And you give him that, like you literally give him that access to you, your body and your energy, right? Because it's an exchange. That's all he needed, and you give it to him so easily. So easy, without even thinking. We should not make it easy for men. Men need to go back outside. They need to leave the house. They need to leave their mama's basement. They need to go get a job. They need to work on their social skills. They need to go out there and socialize. They need to get some friends. They need to get hobbies like they used to back in the day. And then they would do all of that, go to the club to meet women, buy drinks. There used to be a time men used to buy us drinks. I don't think they do that anymore. The last few times I've been to a club, men weren't buying drinks. A lot of these parties, but in my country, are set up in a way that the drinks are included, like the drinks and food are included. So they don't have to do none of that. Nothing. Back in the day, they had to buy you drinks, that they would get your number and go home with you. And they will repeat that until they find someone. They would never give up. So things have changed. There are a lot of y'all are out here texting, like endless texting. Sometimes that's all they need. He don't need to see you. He don't need to see you in person. Ask any girl on OnlyFans. Sometimes all they need is that online interaction, that text, that photo. That's all they need. And they're getting it without putting in effort. Hopefully that opens your eyes and you see what I'm talking about, because times have changed, and hopefully the pendulum will swing and things will get better. We can only hope. I am seeing a future where it will only be the privilege, the wealthy and the privileged, that will actually have access to social interaction. They will be the only ones that have social skills. Meanwhile, everybody's just going to be on their phone and into these virtual realities and never having real human interaction, because the interaction you have online is not real human interaction. It's still an interaction, obviously, but it's not real. So anyways, I didn't mean to go off on this tangent, but those are my list of signs to tell if a man is stingy. If you have any, leave them in the comments. I would like to hear your thoughts. Thanks for watching.